welcome to my channel. Today I am going to play with Blend Bunny for the first time. I have not tried Blend Bunny cosmetics before, and I thought I would try the Lure palette. I feel like it is still the end of summer, and I kind of wanted to do a video with this palette before. I don't know, I kind of am a little more seasonal with my makeup, so I am going to create, I think, 4 to 5, I'm not sure how many looks, but I am going to combine colors, and I'm going to kind of combine this into one video, just to kind of group them together a bit. And I am going to also use a picture as the inspiration for the look. I'm gonna show that on the thing, and that's gonna be my inspiration for a few of the looks, and some of them I will create on my own. So if you're interested in watching that, let's get into it. Okay, so I used a number generator to figure out which picture, because I had quite a few that I was going to use, and in that picture it has blues, pinks, and purples. So I'm going to kind of try to recreate that. I already have primed my eyes with the Milani eyeshadow primer in 01 Nude. So I'm going to start off with the shade Baited, sorry. This is on a ColourPop blending brush. Let's start with that.
Just using that in the inner corner into the brow bone area.
I'm going to go into Jellyfish, and that is what the Lure palette does look like.
I'm using this shade in the mid brow bone area and crease.
Go into Catch Me.
I'm using this shade in the outer crease and brow bone area and blending between that and the purple I already put there.
I'm going to go into Booty on an e.l.f. defining eye brush.
I'm adding this shade into the crease area and into the corner of the eye as well.
I'm going to go into Seductress.
I'm adding this to the mid crease area, and I'm blending between the pink and the blue that is already there, just adding more depth, really.
I'm going to take Explore on a tapered blending brush from e.l.f.
Just adding this into the outer crease to add more depth and more blue to the look.
I'm just going to go into X marks the spot with that same e.l.f. defining eye brush.
Adding this into the inner corner just for more depth.
Going into the shade Tentacles, using that same e.l.f. detail crease brush.
Doing the same thing on this middle of the crease area to get more depth for the look, and just blending everything between.
Going into the shade The Deep, that tapered blending brush from e.l.f.
Adding this to the outer crease and
Going
lid.
to blend that, and I will be back. Okay, I think I like where that has blended. I'm gonna start off with Sailor's Delight.
Adding this shimmer to the inner portion of the lid.
Go into Charmed.
Putting this on the middle lid and trying to blend between.
Now into Bioluminescent.
I put this shade on the outer lid and just blended between the purple and the blue.
Wow. Just blend between the blue and the purple shimmer there. Add the shade Pearl in the inner corner.
Using this shade in the inner corner of the eye.
Okay, I am going to finish the other eye, clean up the fallout, and I will be back. Alright, so I have finished both eyes, and I'm just gonna finish some of my face. I'm gonna come back, show you some of the blushes I wanted to use, and kind of wrap up everything after that. Okay, so I have finished most of the makeup, and I just wanted to come on and use the e.l.f. Camo Liquid Blush. This is coming in Hot Pink. I thought this would work well with the bright pink in the inner corner, and I just think it would be fun. Just gonna use a little. These are very pigmented.
This blush applied really well. I am glad I only used a touch of it and went slowly.
Adding a touch more. I just want it a little more bold.
I find these blushes are very pigmented. They blend really beautifully. I do prefer using a blending sponge with them, but I think they do work with both.
And a touch on the nose.
Overall, I really enjoy these.
To kind of blend that all together. Alright. I am going to set everything, finish up the makeup, and then I'm going to come back. Okay, so this is the finished look for today. Here's just a close-up. Okay, so I'm just going to go through what I used quickly. I used the Essence Fix and Last Makeup Ripping Jelly Primer. For my foundation, I used the Maybelline Fit Me Hydrate and Smooth Normal to Dry with SPF 18 in 115 Ivory. I mixed that with the e.l.f. Skin Bronzing Drops in Rose Gold. I just wanted to see what that was like. For a concealer, I used the e.l.f. 16-Hour Camo Concealer Matte Finish and the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer. 16 Hour is in Fair Rose, and the Camo Hydrating is in Light Peach. To set my face, I use the Wet n Wild Photo Focus Translucent Loose Setting Powder. As my highlighter, I used the NYX Love Contours All palette, and I used the shade 10. For setting sprays, the e.l.f. Power Grip Dewy Setting Spray. For the eyes, I used the Beauty Bay High Key Volume Mascara in Midnight. Brows, I used the Essence Make Me Brow in 03 Soft Brownie Brows. For eyeliner, I used the NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil in 605 Strawberry Milk, just in this spot here. Overlapping, I put the Essence Smoky Crystal Ultra Long Lasting Eye Pencil in 04 Amethyst, kind of in here. And I used a combination of Pixi by Petra's Endless Silky Eye Pen in Blackblue, and I kind of topped that with the NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil in 627 Cobalt. Beneath the eyes, I used Jellyfish and Seductress in the middle. On the inner corner part, I used Baited and Booty right in here, and I used Catch Me and Explore right in here, just to blend that all and bring that all together. For the lips, I used the Yves Saint Laurent or YSL Love Shine Candy Glow Sheer Shine Color and Care Lip Balm in 1B Pink Sunrise. This was sent to me in PR from Butterly. So I'm just letting you know that and disclosing that. I will put that up on the video as well, just to be completely transparent. But this is the finished look today with this palette. I am going to pick out another couple of pictures. I used a number generator, and I'm gonna let that pick out what look I do. For some of the looks, I only have one picture, so it's kind of going to be just that, unless I find some between now and then. But this is the finished look. Overall, I would say I like it. I will say the blues were a little more to work with in my findings, but it wasn't impossible. The shimmers are absolutely stunning, and I think they look so beautiful on, and they are so multifaceted. So I really am excited to play with this palette, and I'm kind of glad I'm getting this in at the end of summer at least. I wish it was a little, you know, further, yeah, not as far into almost fall, but I'm going to enjoy playing with this. And
Now for the second look.
hello. Today I'm doing a second look with the Blend Bunny Cosmetics Lure 24 shades for the Mermaid Within palette. I am once again using a picture. I will put that up just so you can see what the inspiration for the look was. And I'm going to be using probably these two rows here, and I may add in a little bit of Bioluminescent because the picture has a little bit of blue in it. So I'm going to jump in. I'm going to prime my eyes, and let's get started. Okay, so I primed my eyes with the Milani eyeshadow primer in 01 Nude, and I'm going to start with a fluffy brush. I'm going to start off with Baited, I think.
Adding this to the inner portion of the eye.
Kind of just putting that into this portion to mid crease area. So I'm grabbing another brush, fluffier brush, and I'm going to go into Lost at Sea. I'm going to take that throughout the rest the eye, mostly the upper, and I'm just going to merge those two slightly together in the middle. Just in the middle, needs to be just a touch more. Next, I'm going into Booty. Just going to deepen that a little more, add a little more pink to that, but I'm going to try to keep that towards the lid and into the crease area. I was using an old e.l.f. blending eye brush, I think. Also using that same brush, same type of brush, but a clean, another version of it. I'm going to go into Sea Nymph. I'm just going to take that in the outer and mid area, blending between the two, the pink and the, I guess, seafoam greenish teals. I'm going to go into X Marks the Spot. This is on using an e.l.f. eye crease brush. Right there, I think. Just going back in with the brush and the shade Booty. Just feel I put too much of the X Marks the Spot shade, and we're losing that pink a little bit. Okay, now I'm going to go into 332 meters. Just going to take that shade on the outer corner and up.
Just adding that to the lid and blending everything between.
Okay, I like where that is, so I'm going on to the shimmers. I'm going to start with Sailor's Delight.
Just placing that on the inner to mid portion of the lid.
Now into In a Bottle.
I'm placing that in the middle and all the way to the outer of the eye, blending in the middle so the two shades kind of blend together a bit.
Just a touch of Bioluminescent.
Adding just a touch of Bioluminescent into the outer lid.
I am going to finish the other side. I'm going to finish some of my makeup. I'm going to come back because I want to just show using the e.l.f. Camo Liquid Blush in Pinky Promise. Then I will finish the rest of the makeup look. Okay, so I have finished the eyes and some of the makeup. I am going to I'm going to use this e.l.f. Camo Liquid Blush in Bronze Bombshell. Looks like that. I'm going to use that as a bronzer today. That is what that shade looks like. Hoping it won't be too dark. I have used it as a blush. It is a little, I don't know, not quite a tone I think that works as a blush, at least not right now. Maybe in the fall. Maybe. I do think it works as a bronzer for me. I think that works. Now for blush, I'm going to use the e.l.f. Camo Liquid Blush in Pinky Promise. I'm going to use the e.l.f. Liquid Blush brush to apply it today, just to see how that goes. And a touch on the nose. To use a beauty blender. I think I prefer that. Just spreads it and blends it further, which is what I would rather. Okay, so that is the cheeks and face kind of finished for the moment. I'm gonna finish the rest of the look and I will come back. Okay, so this is the finished look I created today. I'm gonna go over quickly what I did use and kind of wrap everything up, tell you what I thought, and and that's pretty much the video. So for my face primer, I used the e.l.f. Good Vibes Only Soft Velvet Primer. I love that one. I used the Urban Decay Face Bond Waterproof Foundation up to 24-hour wear in 10 Light Neutral. This was sent in PR for me to try from Urban Decay and Butterly, so I'm just letting you know that. For concealer, I used both of the e.l.f. 16-hour Camo Concealer in Matte Finish and the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer in, one is Light Peach, the other is Fair Rose for the 16-hour. To set my face, I used the e.l.f. Halo Glow Setting Powder in Light Pink. And for setting spray, I used the e.l.f. Power Grip Dewy Setting Spray. BH Cosmetics Apres and Aspen 6-color highlighter palette. I used Frosted AF and Iced Out. I used these two here and here, and just on the face was Iced Out. For the eyes, I used the Beauty Bay High Key Volume Mascara in Midnight. For my brows, I used the e.l.f. Instant Lift Brow Pencil in Neutral Brown. For my eyeliner, I used a mixture of the NYX Barbie the Movie Collection Jumbo Eye Pencil in Dying to Dance, just along here. And I used the ColourPop BFF Cream Gel Liner in Catsuit from here over. For beneath the eye, I'm just gonna share the shadows I used. So I used Baited and Booty in this portion and blending into, and Lost at Sea and Sea Nymph over here. For the lip, I use the NYX Barbie The Movie Matte Lip Cream in Dream House Pink. This is the finished look I came up with for today. I wanted to match the colors in the dress I'm wearing today, so that's been happening all day. So this is a close-up of the finished look. Overall, I enjoyed creating with this palette. I feel this is a pretty palette. I think the shimmers are gorgeous. I think they're easy to work with, and I like how multifaceted they are. Overall, I have enjoyed using this today. There was fallout, I will say, but I don't mind that. I cleaned that up and then finished my face, so it wasn't a big deal for me. So on to the next look I decide to create with this palette, I think tomorrow. So for today, bye. Hello and welcome to my channel. For today, I am using the Blend Bunny Cosmetics Lure palette, and I'm creating the look. I think I'm just gonna do the 3 looks, and then if I feel like creating more with the palette, which I will do that then. I just don't want the video to be too long. This is once again going to be inspired by a picture, which I will show a picture of my inspiration for the look, and then I am going to create the look and kind of go from there. So I've already primed my eyes with the Milani eyeshadow primer in 01 Nude. And today I'm going to be using these green shades here. I do think it kind of goes with the dress I'm wearing slightly. And in the picture there's a slightish brownish reddish shade, so I'm going to use this one. And there's black, so I'm going to use that. That really will leave just one shade that I haven't used, which is here. I want to use this column here in like a fall inspired look, but I do feel I'm going to wrap up with all the summer stuff I wanted to use this year, and then I'm going to go into that fall look. So that is the plan. So I'm going to just grab some brushes and let's get to it. Okay, so I'm going to start off with Sea Foam on a Wet n Wild, I think it's a crease brush.
Adding this to the brow bone and crease throughout the entire eye area and just blending everything.
Now I'm going to go into Mermaid Lagoon using a Wet n Wild large eyeshadow brush.
Placing this shade in the inner crease area and blending out towards the middle crease.
I'm going to go into Uncharted on a Wet n Wild small eyeshadow brush. That's pretty green shade.
I'm putting that mid crease to outer crease area and blending.
Now I'm going to go into this shade, which is Pirate's Life.
I'm adding this to the outer corner of the crease area.
Now I'm just going to go into Black Sea. using the same brush, which is an e.l.f. defining eye brush.
Placing that in the outer corner of the lid and just blending a little bit up, but not too far.
I'm just going to blend this all out and come back. Okay, so I like where that blend is. So I'm gonna add the shade Folklore. Wow. Okay.
Placing this stunning shade on, I would say 3/4 of the lid. Leaving the rest of the lid just matte.
Wow. I am going to finish what I did here on this eye. I'm also going to use some, finish off some of the makeup. I'm going to pop on and I'm going to use this e.l.f. Camo Liquid Blush in Coral Crush just to show you how it applies. And then I will finish up all of the makeup, come back, talk about the makeup I used and my thoughts, and that'll be the end of this video and this series of makeup looks with this Blend Bunny Cosmetics Lure palette. So I will be back. Okay, so I have finished some of my face makeup and I'm just going to apply the e.l.f. Camo Liquid Blush in Coral Crush. I think this will kind of make it a little more of a summery. That is what that shade looks like.
I think these blushes apply really well. They're very pigmented and I'm actually very impressed with these. So that's really my thoughts on that. If you are looking for a liquid blush at a drugstore price, I think these are really good.
Okay, so that is what that shade of blush looks like. I am going to finish the rest of my makeup, then I will come back, go over what I used, and tell you my thoughts. Okay, so this is the finished look for today. That is what I came up with. So I'm gonna go over what makeup I used. I used the e.l.f. Good Vibes Only Soft Velvet Primer. For my foundation, I used the Maybelline Fit Me Hydrate and Smooth Normal to Dry Foundation with SPF 18. And that is in 115 Ivory. For my color corrector, I used the e.l.f. Putty Color Correcting Eye Brightener in Fair. For my concealers, I used the e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealer in Light Peach and the e.l.f. 16-Hour Camo Concealer Matte Finish in Fair Rose. As my bronzer, I used the e.l.f. Camo Liquid Blush in Bronze Bombshell. To set my face, I used the e.l.f. Halo Glow Setting Powder in Light Pink. And for setting spray, I used the e.l.f. Power Grip Dewy Setting Spray. For my highlighter, I used the BH Cosmetics Apres and Aspen 6-color highlighter palette in the shade Frostbite. I like that it has like a green and gold shift, kind of adding that gold that's in the picture. It's a golden yellow. I didn't really add any yellow. I just didn't think it would work with what I had done already, and I'm okay with it not being exact. For brows, I use the e.l.f. Instant Lift Brow Pencil in Neutral Brown. For mascara, I use the Beauty Bay High Key Volume Mascara in Midnight. For my eyeliner, I use the ColourPop Cream Gel Liner. I used the shade Aglow in the waterline and Canopy in the lower lash line. For the lips, I used the e.l.f. Hydrating Core Lip Shine in Cheery and topped that off with the e.l.f. Glow Reviver Lip Oil in Coral Fixation. I also used the shades Seafoam, Mermaid, Lagoon, and Uncharted beneath the eyes and just blended that. Highlighter on my face and above my brow bone and in the inner corner. So this is the finished look, and overall, I think this palette is really beautiful. I think that this is a fun palette. It's definitely very mermaid inspired, and you can see that the shimmers, honestly, I think are stunning. They're just so beautiful. Each one, I think, was breathtaking on its own, and combined, they all combined quite well that I did combine. The mattes, there is fallout. They are softer than I expected them to be, but they do build. I will say I'm gonna go with a lighter hand next time I use these, just because I do feel you don't have to use a lot to get color paid off. So just gonna say that. I do think there is fallout and kick up in the pan. If that's something you don't like, beware of that. For me, I really enjoyed using this palette. I used almost all of the shades, and I also have swatched this palette, so I'm gonna put clips of that after and just show you what the shades look like. Not that I believe swatches really tell a story, but I do think that the swatches are beautiful just the same. So I will put that in. So this is what the palette looks like. This is an outdoor natural light. These are the swatches. I kind of grouped them together. There is no primer on my arm. I did swipe each shade twice, and they all worked really, really beautifully. So those are my thoughts on this palette, and I overall really enjoyed using this. I feel like this could be, I love how deep the shades went. There's so much depth in this palette, and I love that. I think I couldn't think of really a negative thing to say. Other than maybe fallout. I usually do my eyes first, then my makeup after, especially if I'm using shades where it is definitely going to be darker. I just find that's easier. Then I just take a makeup wipe and I'm done. But other than that, I think these are stunning. So those are my thoughts, and I hope you enjoyed watching. I hope you found this fun, and I thank you so much for watching. All right, goodbye.